Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to episode number something on HoT Online Farm with Bible Objects and Multiplayer Manager. Sim versus the world. So I logged on. I asked someone to water my poor little piggies because they were low on water. And, well, this happened. It looks like they got the water in, but the cleanliness, what's their health at? No corn, 84%. That's still, so it didn't drop off too bad, but I had this lily. Our server runs 24/7. There's no way you could keep up with the dirt. And so I had this lily Juno running. Well, apparently they didn't realize that parking the tractor here would cause problems. So let's send you home, make you restart your run, because that's really dirty, and hopefully you won't get stuck on. Okay, so it looks like you're stuck there. We gotta go back and clear that out a little bit. There we go. So that's a little bit more out of the way, and he should resume his route within a little bit. So we've got the water delivered. I have always been sure. I guess I should have told him this. I didn't realize he would use my tractor to grab the water tank. I mean, that's fine, but I didn't really ever think about telling him not to sabotage. I mean, I didn't think about telling him not to park the water trailer close to the animals. That's just, or the feed trough. That's just something that I do naturally since I own the farm, so I know where not to park. It's one of those things that totally slipped my head. I'm not trying to fault him, because without water, I probably would have lost some animals by the time I got home from work and was able to log on. So certainly I do appreciate the help, of course. Not trying to say I'm not grateful, but wait a minute, did I pay him for that? I did. I told him to subtract 500 out of the money he owes me, and he still used my own tractor. That 500 was to pay for fuel and expenses, and him to drive, time to drive his own tractor over here. So I don't know if I should no, it's fine. Let's go. Let's see here. Well, actually, we don't need that front weight. Let's just bring this back here. We do have some pig food made already, but based on the imbalance, it looks like, I wasn't really paying attention. It looks like in seasons they eat more something at a certain time, because at some point I did have these all equal, where it had corn. They were all basically all the way to the right, so it looks like they're eating them at different rates. I didn't realize it did that. I know it did that for cows. I didn't realize it also did it for pigs. I guess it makes sense. I just never really thought about that, or I never played pigs enough to observe that myself. So I guess that's a thing. Let's go feed our pigs. The reason why I have this mixed, I don't know. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but it makes me feel a little bit better, because I don't know. It's how it's how I've seen pigs fed in real life when I was little. It's how I feed pigs in high school when I was at a neighbor's farm that had 1,000 pigs or so, and I think you pretty much always mix up the food and feed it to the pigs. I don't know why they, on that level. What in the world? I don't know why they would go to that level with the cows, but not the pigs. What are you hitting? Let's go take a look. I don't see anything there. That's interesting. Is there something I am totally not seeing? What? What? What could that be? Maybe that's why the Lely Juno was stopped instead of I've never had that problem before. Is it only right in the middle? What in the world? Well, that's a little weird. I don't know what I am Okay, well there I'm running into the side of the wall. What in the world? Well, this is interesting. I've never had that problem before. And I've fed pigs a lot. It's something... in the world? It's something... What? Was this something I... What? How... What was I getting? That's kind of weird. Is something in the... Was I rolling over something? Where's my weight? Did I... No, my weight's over there. Did I leave something on the ground that I was backing up over? What in the world was I hitting? There it is. I just hit the imaginary edge of it again. It's right there. It's right there in the middle of the... You know what? Let's go in and let's try to see if we run into it like this. No? Well, that's interesting. That's a little bit of a mystery. How much food do they have? So they have 0 cleanliness and they need some more food. Let's just fill up with pig food again here. I don't know what that was. That's kind of frustrating. Like I said, I've never seen that before on this map with this equipment in that area. Any of those combinations, I've never had any problems, so I don't know what's going on there. I don't think I've ever hit anything invisible and it not have been an actual collision. So, yeah, really, I'm kind of baffled with that. Let's just back the trailer up here. And I do want to turn this to automatic. I want to turn the automatic filling off because I don't really like the idea of running a, you know, if someone delivers grain to my saddle, I don't like the idea of them accidentally running underneath here and gathering pig food. That could just be a horrible mess. So we will probably just wait here until it's done, and then we will turn back to manual filling. While we're waiting, let's take a look at our fields. I think that they could be close. I don't think that they are ready. So we need to remember to spray those 2 fields after. I don't think I can spray them yet because I sprayed them in early summer. Yeah. So we have 1 more day to go, it looks like, before I can spray those fields. We have, how close are we to growth? So nothing on the map is ready to harvest yet. Of course, it's early summer. But it looks like maybe next, depending on how, I forget how I configured this geo, but it looks like some of that early wheat should be ready to harvest here the next growth stage. So that could be fun. I planted some wheat down there, if you remember, and then also where was the rest of my wheat? I think that's it. That's all the wheat I planted. The rest was sunflowers on 18, 36, 58, and 17, and then 19 and 22, and 39, 40, 41 was all corn, I think. Let's double check that because I don't... Hey, what I said was right. I did not lie. I did not lie. That is a good thing. Sometimes I lie on accident when I say stuff like that because I'm dumb and forget things. So we are good to go. We will continue onward, and so we said we're going to do that. And then let's see if do I want to try? You know what? Did I test this out with just this tractor? I can't remember. Let's test it out with just this guy. See what happens. And nothing there. Let's go over a little bit more to the right. Yeah, okay, so there's nothing there. Let's see if we get it again with this tractor and trailer combination. If we do, it appears that it's possibly something with the trailer. I know the trailer has an adjustable... No, that's not it. It has an adjustable drawbar, right? But there's nothing there for it to get caught on in the middle of the shed unless I was just totally being blind. I don't know what it could have been caught on because I was backing up into the middle. So let's just try this combination out again. If it gives us a problem, we'll test it out with the Unimog. If it happens again, it appears that it's something with the trailer hitting something. And there we go. We hit something. So what is this? Okay, let me do a dummy check here. Dummy check. I'm not hitting the ceiling. I'm not hitting the corners. I mean, what in the world? I'm not missing dynamic hoses, but even if I was, it wouldn't just go a little bit and then hit the brakes. I mean, what in the world is the deal? So let's try the Unimog. Maybe it's some weird combination. You know what? It does seem to happen right where that gate is. Maybe let's try cycling the gate once and see if we get it at the same spot. I mean, again, I don't know what the problem would be because there's nothing there. What in the world is the deal? I don't know. This is getting frustrating. Let's cycle that once and see what happens here. Okay, so let's open that back up. Let's try one more time with this guy, and if it happens again, like I said, you know, is it anything to do with the Lely path? Yeah, see, that's right about where the Lely Juno was stuck when I logged on. I wonder if even though there's no collision there, it's related to that. So maybe if I do Lely Juno stop, Lely Juno setup, is there a way to reset you? There's an in setup, and then there's a Lely Juno start. So let's try that and see if that clears up anything. And if not, like I said, I'm going to try the Unimog just to... Okay, yeah, see, there's something there. Even though there's nothing there, there's something there. I would bet that that's the Lely Juno. I've never had it stuck like that in the middle of a path. Even though I don't see a collision, I bet you that's it. But just to verify... Well, I guess switching the Unimog wouldn't verify anything if it's the Lely Juno. But then at least I would know that the problem isn't the tractor. Anyway, let's just continue on backing up around. I'm pretty certain that's right where that Lely Juno was. I betcha a reset of the map would clear whatever problem that is up. Or maybe we just need the Lely Juno to run once. I don't know. Is there a way to reset you? So Lely Juno setup. Let's go to setup. Let's go to, we need our debug lines on, unfortunately. And Lely Juno, I guess we can delete last player point. Why is keypad 2 not working? What? Okay, this is gonna require a little bit more. See, that one works. So why is keypad 2 did work? Is that point 1? It did. I don't know. I guess I didn't see it deleting it. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go to Lely Juno save point. You gotta go to somewhere in the middle. And then we're gonna go to here. And we're gonna go all the way here. And then I guess let's just cross this same path along the top. Like, oh boy. Let's get this out of here. The reason, just in case you're wondering why all those other lines are there, that's... Yeah, so I hit it with the tractor. It's definitely not the... It's not the trailer or the Mog, or the... It's not the trailer or the tractor. I'm certain it's Lely Juno. It's gotta be that. That's the only thing that's changed. That's the only thing that's different. And it's never happened before. Okay. So... It's weird I am not colliding with it. Anyway, let's see what happens here. Anyway, yeah, like I said, if you're wondering why those if you see the light rays, it's because once you cycle through and hit the debug button a couple times, well, just once, and turn it back off, it removes those lines from everything, including GPS. So if you ever use those for troubleshooting and you wonder why you can't see any GPS lines, that is why. So let's just run this again. Set this up. See if this can clear the problem without too much trouble. I've never had problem with this guy before. So I did a point there right in the middle, right? I did, yeah. So there we go. And then now you go home. Okay, so Lely Juno end setup and Lely Juno start. Let's do Lely Juno stop setup, and just so I can verify it works, let's do Lely Juno interval of 30 seconds. So let's do end setup and start. Okay, so you should be going now fairly shortly. Let's I think we can back this trailer up in time before we let's get out of its way. And then we'll see if it hits the same invisible spot or if that kind of reset the problem. I think either way we're gonna have to reset the map. That's gotta be the problem. That's the only time it happened, and I'm hitting that invisible collision right where the Lely Juno stopped. You know what the problem might be is because I know someone reset the server earlier, so maybe that's a problem where if you reset the server and the Lely Juno is stopped because of a collision, it, I don't know, creates a duplicate of itself that's invisible, but is also a rigid body, so that's why I can't see it through the collisions. I don't know. I thought this mode also showed collisions that were invisible. I mean, because there's triggers. It shows triggers. I thought it also showed invisible objects. I was certain of that. So why is it still having that collision? I don't know. But this appears like it's broken or something because it is not wanting to go. And it should be going. Let's send it home. Yeah, there's something wrong there. Okay, let's just try this then. We're gonna go to the garage, and this will be a fun little adventure. We're gonna go to the garage, not animals. Where are you, Mr. Lely Juno? You know, you try to you try to think you're just gonna record a nice little YouTube episode. It's not gonna take much time. It's gonna be nice and easy. Did I already pass it? I was not paying attention because I was starting a little mini rant, not a rant, but a little mini, I don't know what it's called, complaining? A little mini something, and, you know, you just think it's going to be nice and quick and easy, but there's always a problem. And, okay, 3 Lely Junos, okay, so, let's sell, it typically points to, yep, so we don't want to sell this one. Let's, run back across the map to the pig farm, which should be right up there. So right there. And let's sell this one. Do I want to sell this? Yes. Okay, so we sold that guy, and let's go back, exit out of that, and let's go back to the store. So we have the animals and Lely 100. Okay, so can we put this anywhere else that's maybe a little bit more convenient? Because I know we've had a few people hit this before. Honestly, you know what? What if I do over here? Then it's out of the way. And it should be far enough away from objects. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So we got our Lely Juno now. And let's run on over to you and do Lely Juno stop, Lely Juno setup, Lely Juno point here. Oh, that's right. We got to get our debug lines back. So why is it not showing me the line? Oh, you know what? If it's, the lines are probably straight. So if I am, okay. So, what in the world? Okay, let's just delete everything. Cancel reset. Oh, I didn't realize you could, what? So, Lely Juno, if you press 2 a bunch of times, it resets? Maybe that's all I needed to do. Okay. That's good to know. So, hey, if you didn't know that before, pressing the delete key a bunch, which is keypad number 2 by default, in the setup menu, eventually causes it to reset. So maybe that's all I needed to do. But for now, let's do a player point. Let's kind of send it here centered. And then over to here. And now we should see the line at some point. I'm hoping. Yep, see, there it is. So it must have just been just below the layer out there. Yeah, see, you can't even see this. You can't even see that. So it just must be slightly uneven. Hopefully that's not a huge deal. So then we're going to go along the front, and then we're going to go along the back. Whoops, can't walk straight. And we're going to go along, so the back, we're going to hit a point for there. And then we're going to go back to the middle. You know what, let's just return. You know what, I could have done this smarter. We're going to do this a little bit smarter. So instead of making you backtrack, we're just going to do it this way. Let's do a save player point. What? Okay, we need to delete everything. So save player point here. That should be the first one. Yeah. Oh, what? So now we can see it. Oh, whatever. So let's hit a player point here. Then we're going to go all the way almost to the wall. Hit a player point here. Then we're going to go over here. Wait, what is the... What? Why is it returning from... Oh, is this underneath the ground again or something? I just think I'm just a little bit too tired for this. Okay, but I think we're fine? Maybe? No? Are we not fine? We are. That other one just must have been under the ground again. It didn't update, and it was causing me confusion. But, there we go. So it's going to follow the exact same path each time. And, well, almost not exactly exact. But we're going to end the setup, and that should be good. So we're going to hit... Well, what's the setup? Okay, we're going to save it for 10 seconds just to see. And we will hit keypad... and set up start. Okay. So you should start. Whoops. There we go. So now we can exit out of that. Let's go grab a tractor real quick just to see if there is that invisible wall there where that other Lely Juno was. I'm hoping once we sold it, it's done and gone. So let's go in here. It was right over about here. Okay, so it looks like, yep. So it looks like selling it took care of it. That was indeed the problem. I hope that helps somebody. Do we have to give them any straw? I know we certainly need to feed them manure. We're good on straw. Got a couple bales there from when I... basically, I used to keep bales on that end. I reconfigured this over the last update, and I moved bales up here, and those bales were... well, I just kind of... I was too lazy to... I just threw them out there. They'll get to them eventually, right? So animals, we are good on, yep, straw and water for the most part, and cleanliness. We need, well, we're working on that now. We have a lot of manure, though. Let's go clean some manure. I think that's the best plan for the next plan. And we need that weight on our back, and then we will be good to go. All right, little Aisher. Nope, no. Forward. Oh man, okay, it's getting hard to think today. We're gonna figure this out. We got this. We already figured it out. We're good to go. We are doing good things here. So we will back up here, and that's some lime I bought from Platinum Turbo as a byproduct of his sugar beet factory. So that was pretty nice. Sold it to us for pretty cheap. Unfortunately, though, you can't use it on like the planter that I borrowed from Mark DuPont. That you might remember the episodes where I was planting the corn/sunflowers. Yeah, that fertilizer doesn't fit. You need to use big bags. For some reason, the loose fertilizer I couldn't get it to load, at least in the form of lime. So we still do need the big bags. We're gonna be buying those from Lone Wolf. So that's pretty nice. And let's turn on in to get us our manure shovel. This one is a little bit, I technically only need one of these, but I can't live with myself while I'm scooping grain with the same shovel that I'm scooping manure from. And this one is a little bit smaller than that one I use for grain on the other side, so I think it's just a little bit better and easier for the poops. Let's go on up here, open the gate, and we're gonna how did we face this way? Oh, the gate hit the tractor. Whoops. Yeah, all right, we'll pretend that didn't happen. And we're also gonna pretend that we're not killing pigs. These pigs never move, so we're just, whoops, a little bit too high of a gear. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. There's lots of pretending going on this episode. We are going to, okay, so let's go lower a little bit. Right, yeah, as I was saying, these pigs never move from this area. Normally I like to give them a chance, but they just don't want to, they don't want to get out of here. So we will pull forward. We're gonna, you know what, we're just gonna switch to mouse and keyboard. Yeah, mouse and keyboard's a little bit uglier, but it's just more second nature to me. I really prefer mouse and keyboard when I'm doing this work. Front loader work is mouse and keyboard for me. And there we go. We are getting that. Once this gets full, I'm gonna pay truck to go out and dump it on the kind of right next to one of my fields, so that way I don't have to, you know, unload it here and. Well, not unload it here, but if I didn't have that thing, I would have to be loading it into a manure pit, and then that would mean I would also have to be loading it again into a bin or a manure spreader. So this way, it lets me kind of only load it. Let's go down a second. It lets me only have to load it once. I am loading it into the bin. Okay, I still have to load it twice. It saves me from loading it 3 times. Well, I guess if I was coming back here with the manure spreader every time, I would only have to load it once or one extra time if I moved it to the outside. But, you know, so I'm going to be dumping it on the sides of the field, so I'm still going to have to load it a second time, but I can do that out at the field. It's quicker, it's a shorter distance. I don't have to drive all the way back here every single time the manure spreader gets empty, which for most of my fields are pretty far away from home. That can take a long time, so we're not going to do that. It's hard to say whether or not a trailer will pay off. I mean, it's, what is that, 40,000 bucks, however much that thing cost, but it saves us a ton of time. And with that time, we have small equipment. So, yeah, we spend a little bit more money on the bin. We spend 500 bucks a load to dump it. Paid the trucks trucking, so yeah. Spend some money to save some time to save some money somewhere else. I think it's probably better than having bigger tractors, bigger equipment, and coming home every time. Because then we save time in the fields, but we have a higher daily upkeep every day. And plus, we don't even need bigger tractors, bigger equipment. Not yet. Once we buy more fields in the draft, we will definitely be buying a new tractor. I have my ideas on what I am getting. I would like to know your ideas, but I'm not going to tell you my ideas because a lot of other people on this map, well, they watch these videos, and I like to keep my I want to keep my plans for that. Did I spill a little bit of that? I want to keep my plans for the tractor secret because right now nobody owns one, and I want to be the first person to buy one. So yeah, I want to be the first person I want to be the trendsetter for the map. Nobody else has one, and I want it to be me. So hopefully by not saying it, that means nobody will buy it. But I would still like to know what you guys are thinking for tractors. And we will pick up. I really like CVTs for front loading work, you really start to appreciate how fast they shift. Well, not shift. I mean, toggle directions, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So you don't have to have a CVT for that to be faster, but I remember on the Stop and Box series, I had the little Fence Farmer 300, and that guy, you know, it was fine. It was a great little small, cheap starting tractor, but I did not realize how much of a pain and time it took shifting that thing until I got a newer tractor. And that's kind of a fun thing that I really hope they don't screw that up in Farming Simulator 19 and make the, I mean, if they come up with their own system that really screws up all the base code on the gearbox mod, then that's going to be possibly another mod that we're not going to see in 19. I don't know how committed he is to making this, but it could be the case that they could screw up the code enough that we might not have gearbox in Farming Simulator 19 if Giants does something too horrible. It kind of reminds me of the problem of, I'm just a pessimist. It reminds me of the problem with, like, yay, Farming Simulator 15 has physics, and then the physics were actually so bad initially. I don't know if you guys remember, for those of you that bought 15 right out of the box, if you remember, you got on there and hooray, it has physics, but their physics meant you were basically driving on ice. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it was a little bit insane. So I don't know. I just remember it was pretty horrible. They did fix that in an update, so give them some credit, but it also meant that I think, I don't know if I ever saw this officially, but I'm just guessing that they fixed it, quotes, they fixed it real good so that Turl basically had to change too much and kind of got discouraged and, you know, frustrated for MR for Farming Simulator 15. That's just my speculation on that. I didn't ever go back through the forums and read if he gave an official answer or not, but that's just my guess. So I really hope that with Gearbox, they don't fix it, quotes, and make it bad enough that nobody wants to use it that enjoys Gearbox, but they broke it enough that nobody can easily fix it with a mod either. I don't know. That'll be interesting to see what that's like. Have they gone through and talked really about what that means for Gearbox yet? I'll have to look up what's official and what's not. Okay, we are done with manure. We can get out of here and close the gate. And I think we can go check on the crops, but I don't think there's really anything to do. Like you said, we have to wait till day 6 when it hits the next growth stage in midsummer, and then we'll be able to spray those remaining fields. But until then, I don't, let's just turn you off. I don't really think we can do much of anything on the map. We can look at, let's see here. We need to close this and then jump out of the way real quick. I think the gate got us. We don't want to get hit by that gate. That gate is powerful. You know, because it pushed our tractor. Granted, that tractor's lightweight, but it pushed it pretty far. Anyway. What were we looking at? Let's look at... Oh, that's right. I wanted to look at pigs. We are at 242. I sold down to... I didn't get down to quite 200. I sold down to just above 200. And the reproduction rate was just above 8 hours. So right now we have 242 pigs. And our reproduction rate is every 7 hours, 24 minutes. That means we're producing a pig, you know, like 3 pigs a day, almost. Just more than that. You know, 3.1 pigs per day, if you can imagine what 0.1 pigs look like, sir. But we're slowly ramping up, and obviously as we get more pigs, the reproduction rate goes down, goes a little bit quicker. How do I still have 16,000 liters of, really? No, that just didn't update yet. Yeah, because that's what I had before I started cleaning. Okay, that just hasn't updated yet, but we don't have 16,000 liters of manure. We do have that much liquid manure. That's going to be enough to do all of our fields next year. That'll save us some money. That'll save us a lot of money. We can do it in the fall and then again in the spring, maybe. We can do manure in the fall and slurry in the spring. I don't know. I don't have all those plans ironed out yet. But, yeah, so pigs are reproducing at a very nice rate. Look at that. We've got him beat by over a factor of 3. No, that's, yeah, I know, cows. Yeah, I know, that was a horrible joke. Just go away. And we... so that is the plan. We have gonna be harvesting somewhat soon. For those that weren't paying attention when I never said it, so you wouldn't know, we added this mod. If the MR is good, I'll release it publicly, but honestly, it was a really fast MR. I'm not proud of it. It was a time when I was kind of stressed to put it on the server. I wanted to put it on the server so people could plan. It's probably not going to be very good. It's got a decent horsepower range, not a huge grain tank there, so that's going to be kind of it's going to be interesting because the header width is right. So I'm just kind of comparing it with some other combines. It's 250 horsepower ish. Oh no, sorry, 225, just over 200 ish, and it's the grain tank's 4,500 liters. If you compare it with something like the Mega, that's 235 horsepower, a grain tank of 6,000, over 6,000. Something else like, right? So this is just under, but it still has a bigger grain tank. And so that's going to be an interesting thing. Compared to some of the default combines, 250 horsepower, 6,000 liters. And then even this guy has a bigger grain tank at 190 horsepower. So I don't know how this will handle. It's, I set the MR settings for the combine based on basically the Mega. So if this was a good convert, this should be relatively good because it had, and look at that maintenance cost, 300 per day. That's actually that's kind of low, isn't it? 60, that's low. 1,400, 760. Yeah, so this, yeah, that might have been wrong. I didn't actually look at the maintenance cost per day. I priced it kind of similar to the Mega. It's a little bit more expensive than the Mega. Got a little bit more horsepower. And this is what I was going to show you. The headers are actually bigger. So this is going to be the kicker, right? The grain tank's smaller, roughly the same horsepower. The header width, here's the Mega. Oh, maybe I'm wrong on that. 6 meters, 6.7. Yeah, so it's slightly bigger. The corn header, that's gonna be crazy. 4.6 meters. That is 6 rows. That's about perfect width for 6 rows. That's 30-inch rows. 1, 2, 3. Let me just make sure that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So that's essentially the corn header we have in real life. 4.6 meters. I only know that off the top of my head because I remember doing the math on the width of a corn planter, and I remember it being around 4.8, 4.6 meters wide. That's about what a 6-row planter is. That's what 6-row header is at 30-inch spacing, and that's what we plant all of our corn and soybeans at. So if you have, we plant 400 so acres and harvest 500. We harvest, it's 500, right? 400, 500. 500. I'm so confused. I'm a little bit tired today, in case you guys couldn't tell. Anyway, it's got a what am I saying? A sunflower header in there as well, so that's gonna be fun. Actually, you know what? Wheat, I could actually contract out wheat. Then I wouldn't have to have a wheat header. I could just buy these two. Or I could buy the wheat header and sell it immediately. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. We will be done. Has anybody bought a combine already? I don't think so. Oh, that's right. We do have one combine on the map. Yeah, that's right. Someone bought the New Holland from the Modern Classics. Totally forgot about that. All right. Anyway, that should just about do it for today. Actually, you know what? I should bring the water trailer around and try filling it up from here just to make sure we still have water. Otherwise, we don't want to need water desperately to find out that there is no water, to not have time to go get water and have to rely on somebody else to fill up our water. That could be bad. So let's go do that now while we have time. We'll figure out how much water we need. Oh, wait a minute. No, that won't work because our trailer is full. Yeah, that's not going to work. Our trailer's full. I think we had... Does this work on... Nope. But I think it was around 7,000 liters when I checked. It's pretty full. It's not gonna... Can we tell from compression? Yeah, it looks empty there. I thought it was around 7,000 liters. So we're not going to gain too much information by filling up that other trailer. I should actually buy a dolly just for moving around that other bigger water tanker just around my farm if I ever wanted to. Or, you know, I could actually sell this and just keep that one and keep a dolly on it and park it in here somewhere. But backing up into there is going to be a pain. No, let's just keep this. That's not that much more money. We'll just keep this. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're good. And did I ever switch this to manual? I am a little bit scatterbrained. We did. That is on manual. Okay. Well, I think we are just about done for this episode. Let's go out and just look over the wheat fields that we have planted. These are not our fields, but the owner who bought them this year could not support the equipment. He's a grass farmer, so we bought them for him. Or we are farming them this year for him at a 50-50 split. Yeah, that was a little bit of not goodness there. There was one more rut spot that we had. Where was it at? Yeah, right there. Right there. Look at that. That's a pretty bad rut that we cut. I tried, kept on just, oh, we can make it. We can, yeah, and I didn't. So you don't want to slip there when you have crops in the ground. It creates bad stuff. But I think that's everything for now. Stay tuned for more. Remember, if you enjoy... What? Someone left their bag here? With 34 liters. Alright, well, that's going to be a short little episode from, you know, well, short. I mean, it was a 45, it's like a 40-minute, someone left this too. Look at this, we got free seed all over the place. That's pretty nice. We should go gather up some of that. Anyway, this has been a... I was starting to say it's been a short episode, but only for me. I think most other guys keep them to around half an hour to 40. This is going on 40, and that's short for me, apparently. So, anyway, I hope you all stay tuned for more. Thanks again so much for watching and taking interest in the series, and I will see you all later. Until then, I hope you all have a great week, and happy whatever. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.